This episode of The Horror Show is brought to you by Kelsey Shue, Eric Bruchette, Andrew Slane, Lily Erickson, and Eddie Foote.
Oh, man. That's something in my throat. That was weird. Weird voice. So those folks donated over at patreon.com/ihorror. Thank you guys so much for doing that. We really appreciate it. Did you read all the names?
I did.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. I was distracted, I suppose, by your beautiful face. Laying it on thick, guys. I think it's working.
You're so corny.
They donated over at patreon.com/ihorror. And you can do that if you want to help us out monetarily. We would really appreciate it. Some reminders before we talk about the episode. Salem Horror Fest. We are doing it live. Hopefully Joe will not have his baby then, so he can join us. salemhorror.com to buy your tickets. If you buy tickets to the two movies, they're screening Halloween 3 and Videodrome. If you buy tickets to that, you automatically come to the podcast for free up in Salem. Or you could just buy the podcast. I think it's like $10. Those tickets are on sale. Salem.com. Nope. Not at all. salemhorror.com. And then that's October 14th. It's a Saturday. We're going to have a lot of fun. I haven't drank in 2 years, but I will drink with somebody if anybody shows up. But it'll probably just be me. Drinking alone on the bar. There's a tear in my beer. There's a tear in Sean's beer.
I haven't drank in 2 years, right?
No, not since Joe's wedding.
I'm just saying, it sounds like you're drunk right now.
Oh, right, yeah. I'm not, though, unfortunately. And unfortunately in the sense that a normal person shouldn't behave this way. Also, guys, we need your help. This is super important. In the description of this episode is a link, or you could go to survey.ihatehorror.com, and that's going to redirect you to, like, honestly, it's like the briefest survey of all time. Like, it's like literally like, what's your age? What's your shoe size? I don't know. A couple other weird questions. It's really short, though. And it's to get us some advertisers going. So please make sure you fill that out. It's just to make sure the ads that we get will fit with what you guys want, hopefully. But I mean, if they're not selling like Castle Freak DVDs, I don't know if it's ever going to work. So whatever. But please fill out the survey. We would really appreciate it. And that really helps us. So survey.ihatehorror.com. And the link is also going to be in the description of this episode. So please go fill that out. The more, the better. And then onto this. Oh, and thank you guys so much. Thanks everyone who pre-ordered a shirt. It's awesome. We really appreciate it. We're going to have some extras soon. Not a lot. I think we have like 10 extra shirts or something like that. So please make sure if you want one of those to keep your eyes peeled, and we'll get those up on the website soon. store.ihatehorror.com. There's still pins on sale, none of the Patreon pins though, and I'll probably put the hats back up there too. I think we only have like 3 or 4 left. So thank you guys so much though for the pre-orders. We really appreciate it. Now this episode is honestly, I think it's one of our best ones. It's Dawn of the Dead, a little tribute to George Romero thrown in there, 3 weeks too late. Which we also discuss. But the most important thing is at the end of this episode, Joe and Paul went on like an insane tirade of like nonsense. And I was going to make it into a bonus episode, but it was like too short for a bonus, but it was too long for this episode. It's like 25 minutes. So I put it at the end after the song. So if you want to hear something insane, which, spoiler alert, is Joe and Paul from memory listing every Clint Eastwood movie ever made. Check that out at the end of the episode. We also play a bunch of games like that. What do they call that? Like 7 Degrees.
7 Degrees of Separation?
Yes, they do that. And they somehow link Clint Eastwood with Johnny Depp. And then, can you link Clint Eastwood with Johnny Depp? Neither can I. I just sat there like you don't even hear me talk during that segment at the end, and it's insane. It's insane. So after the last song, after the end song, be sure to stay tuned to that. It's literally like a second episode. So just didn't see a fitting Patreon. So, but me and my honey here are going to be doing a Patreon episode soon.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that yet. I just told her.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Enjoy Dawn of the Dead. I hope you guys appreciate it. And thank you all so much for the support. It's been crazy. The show's blown up again. All over. Just like the first time. I don't think that's a real song.
It's not.
Enjoy Dawn of the Dead. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Horror Show. Show dissects, mutilates, dismembers, and butchers all of your favorite and not so favorite horror movies and other horror-related events. I'm Sean.
Joe. Paul.
Another late one here.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing?
Good, man.
Paul?
Yeah.
We didn't really get to talk a lot last. We talked for like 2 hours. We get to personally talk a lot because we had that interview that kind of cut into our show.
Yeah.
Fucking Corey Taylor.
Jeez.
Already. So, yeah, man. Summer of Splatter. Two good movies. Well, no, I'm sorry. Wait, all right. Hang on. Hold up. I'm going to take that back. All right. So what I meant to say was, like we were talking about last week with Trick or Treat, like we were like, it's not bad, or it is bad.
But you hated it by the end, you said.
Yeah, I did. Well, I was just tired of talking about it. But, you know, like, I don't know. Like, I know it's not a splatter movie, but it is just absurd, which almost counts as a splatter movie.
Sure.
I don't know.
The snake got splattered.
Dawn of the Dead is a splatter movie in its truest form.
You don't have to wait very long for it.
An intelligent, a gory,
yes,
long splatter movie. Not in a bad way. You know, one thing I noticed.
I personally don't find it to be overly long.
Well, I don't think it's long. It's long. It's 2 hours in length.
Like, we've watched movies that are 70 minutes that felt like I was in a K-hole.
No, yeah, 100%. 100%. And I'm not saying like, I'm not like, oh, this felt long. It's just long. Like 2 hours to me is long. But what they do in this though is, and I noticed it in this especially, they have so many montages in this.
Yeah.
And I love it because that's what you want to see, right? Like it's one of my problems with those Purge movies is like you have these amazing settings. Like they'll do one montage and it'll be really quick where it's like them driving through the city and you see like all these different people killing people in different ways. And you're like, oh, that looked cool. What the fuck was that? But they show it for a split second.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, go back to that. This other bullshit I could give two fucks about. And in this movie, they indulge you the entire movie, like from beginning to end. They're like, let's just show you around what would happen around the mall in this zany zombie apocalypse to circus music, which is fine. But like, that's what they do. They indulge you to like show you, like they get you get to experience like a lot of it rather than trying to do it in real time.
Yes.
Like presenting it in a real time fashion.
I agree.
I loved it.
I love the way it's shot. I still personally think that the gore is like unparalleled. Like for that time.
Oh,
it's like I put it up against anything that came out today.
I agree. Oh my God. It's insane. The one gunshot scene at the beginning which we'll talk
This
about.
is like
It's the best.
There's so many layers to this opening that I love. Like,
was, like, mind-numbing.
even the absolute beginning, just having like starting with a newsroom and talking about
Yes.
like the epidemic and having like the people like it's very underrated to
It
like,
is.
just start that way. Like this is what's happening as people debating like what's going on. You can see the people being nervous. It's awesome.
Which later was absolutely mind-boggling that like later on in the movie there's still people in a studio debating, just screaming at each other like no, the zombie apocalypse is happening. Like, I don't know.
You can't go outside, but
Everyone knows, like it's so weird. Like, and they're like, I don't know. I'm just thinking we need to kill them. Like, what is happening? Why is that show even on the air? But yeah, we do. We open up to a newsroom. We meet our lead lady.
Can I ask before you go into it?
Sure.
You've seen this. How many times have you seen this before?
A lot, but the most recent time was right when we started the show, so like 2 years ago.
Do you appreciate it more? Like, well, especially since our show started, do you appreciate it more as a horror movie? Because I've always liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because like for me, I'm like just trying to find jokes. So I was thinking about it. Actually, you know what? Yes, because this is the movie that made me like realize when I was taking notes on this, I was like thinking about the people that are like, these guys just hate everything. They just make fun of everything. I was like, well, otherwise you wouldn't listen to us because then we'd just be explaining the plot. You could just watch the fucking movie, and it takes us an hour and a half now to do these fucking episodes. So, but like, it made me just realize, like, I don't even know how to put it into words. Honestly,
I just think it's a perfect movie.
It's an amazing movie. It's an amazing movie. But like, when you're us, we have to find stuff to talk about, and you'll notice these weird things, like why are they on TV still? Like,
right.
And it is to just keep things moving. And sometimes it's for like, I know later on, they're just in the background talking because what they're saying is relating to what is happening.
Right.
When they kill one of the guys, they have to kill one of their own guys who's turning. And it's like a juxtaposition of hearing them. Like what they're saying on the TV is, so I get it. But like, you know, like when we're just hosting, I don't know. It's weird. It's funny what we talk about that people think we hate on it. But it's not. We're just like, oh, look at this funny thing that I did.
Right.
Because
I don't hate anything about
I
this.
watch it through different eyes now. Like I would never pick up on half the shit I picked up on
Sure.
in this time. So
This movie, like watching it now, like you just see how much it changed everything. Like,
yeah.
Fingerprints are in everything.
Oh yes. So yeah, I agree with that 100%. That's a whole other level of this. Is like now we take for granted zombies everywhere. Like zombies in what's the word? Like habitable settings.
Mm-hmm. Like the mall.
Like the mall.
Yeah.
Like commercial settings. Like we take that for granted now because now it's in everything. The Walking Dead, they're in stores. Because of course, like they're just walking around, like whatever. Like fuck. You know what I mean? They're everywhere. So I get it. But like this is the first guy to fucking do it who's like, what if we did it in a mall? And then I was like, do you think he wanted to do it in the mall just because it's cool? Because like in my head, I'm like, that's fucking so cool. Or was he like making a statement about like 80s Reagan? Yeah.
Oh, it's a statement.
It's a statement about 80s Reagan, right? Like or like Reaganomics and shit.
Well, when did Reagan take office?
Oh wait, no, this is late.
This is 78.
Yeah,
It's
78.
Yeah.
So it is just. So it's not even about Reagan. So it's about
I think it's about like consumerism.
just consumerism.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean the first thing. I mean they make it very clear. They're like, it's muscle memory. This is all they care about.
Yeah.
Like they make it very obvious. It's not understated. Yeah. But at the same time, like in my head, I'm just like, I would have been like, I want to do it in the mall.
Perfect fucking place.
Dude, that's
Well, it is.
And then
yeah.
And then imagine for the like being the first guy to do it. Like me and you could sit around. Like one of my topics today was going to be like, because it's such a good movie. There's not a lot to talk about. Like I'm not going to sit here and be like, and then
right, because it's so long. Like it would just be linear.
It's a really good movie. It's amazing.
And
but
everyone
like,
should watch it.
yes, if you haven't, I mean, come on. Get your head out of your ass. But one of my questions was going to be like, what do you, which we never do, so I don't know why I write these things down, but it was going to be like, what would you do in the mall? Which is still kind of a cool question. But like, what would you do in the mall in this situation? And I was like, man, but our answer is based on this movie.
Our answer is based on all media influenced by this movie that has done it. So like this dude was like, what? Like imagine sitting around being the first guy to be like, what would zombies do in a mall?
Yeah, no, and that's kind of why I brought this up to you because it's fucking awesome. And like, you know, there were zombie movies before, like I Walked with a Zombie or White Zombie, which were nothing like Night of the Living Dead. And like 10 years before, it was 10 years, right? 68 to 78? 10 years before, he changed it all.
Yeah, it's in a farmhouse, and you go to a mall.
Yes, well, that was pretty much all I had to say. So. Thanks, Paul.
It's crazy though.
But yeah, I mean, his first setting was just, I mean, it was scary enough. Just people rising.
Terrifying.
And they're in a graveyard and then they're trapped in a house and people are walking towards your house. But now it's like they're everywhere. Like there's no safe haven.
Yeah, and much more relatable too, probably to most people. Like he was definitely hitting a demographic with the farmhouse.
Yes.
Like, and I mean that played everywhere, and he didn't get a dime for it, which sucks. But, that played like everywhere forever. They say like years that played in theaters and drive-ins and stuff. Like because there was no copyright on it, so they didn't have to pay anybody. Oh. Yeah, that's why he made no money on it. And that's why theaters played it for like 10 years.
I didn't know that.
Because they were like, it was free. And George Romero claims he like accidentally deleted the text that said copyright, but I just don't think he ever put it. But yeah, so
Like
it was
all the zombie movies have to do with class conflict too.
right. Of course. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even the first one, like the racial message in the first one, even as a kid, I knew that. Yeah. Like, and we should, I mean, dedicate it to George Romero, right?
Oh yeah,
let's give it up for George
Romero.
Romero. Give it up for George Romero. Hey.
Recently passed,
Yeah, good thing we're doing this 3 weeks later.
It's time.
Real respectful.
Sure, his family's real happy. The horror show clapped for him.
No, but like props to him, man. Like that movie was amazing. It like shaped definitely me. But I mean, even as a kid, I was like, I understood the racial overtones. I guess they're not undertones. I think he's very blunt about the racial.
Oh, I mean, if you can't pick up on that,
you're stupid. You're fucking stupid. I mean, dude, the end of the first one, Night of the Living Dead, like it is.
Even in casting that though, wasn't that like the first like big film to have an African American lead?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean, at least in that hero role where he was like,
it's like a hero role. Yeah,
dude. That dude, first of all, does anyone know his name? I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah. Fucking badass. Dude, I remember that. I was like, that. And then, wait, who plays him in the 90s remake? Tony Todd. Yeah. Also great in that. But dude,
Todd's awesome.
Both those guys were just, I mean, I know it's the same fucking movie, but both those guys were just like, hey, everyone, shut the fuck up. And you're going to do what I say. And it was fucking awesome. Like, it was, as a kid, I was just like, that guy, I would follow that guy into fucking battle. Like, that guy knows what he's fucking talking about.
Yeah.
It was Dwayne Jones.
Dwayne Jones, that's right. Yep. So, yeah, man. And then so, like, he makes that, which is totally relatable, like, across the country. And then to be like, all right, now we're going to scare the piss out of the suburbanites and people in the cities with this one. And just as good. Better? What do you think? What do you like more?
The best.
This one?
Dawn or
Dawn of the
Night?
Dead is the best.
Oh, Dawn.
In my opinion.
Dawn.
You like Dawn more?
Yeah, 100%.
I like Night of the Living Dead more.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. There's something about it. It just freaks me out more. I mean, the isolated thing is really what gets to me.
Yeah. Dawn is just fun.
Dawn is way more fun.
Agreed.
Infinitely more fun. Like you like. There's some laughs in it.
It's hard. It's hard because desensitized is not the right word, but like we're already like exposed to all this. Like my uncle, like I always described this as the scariest movie he'd ever seen because he'd never seen anything like that when he saw it in theaters, and he was like he couldn't like sleep at night thinking about like that happening while he's going to the mall and stuff.
The gore at the end is like honestly like X-rated.
Ripping intestines out. And
When I saw that, I was like, for a moment, I was like, did this play in theaters even? Like, I had to second guess that this played in theaters because I was like, there's no fucking way a theater would play that. And because like, it is fucking gross.
They originally wanted to be X, right?
Did they?
I believe so.
It should have been rated X.
And Romero's like, hey, listen, there's no like hardcore nudity, and that's a stigma.
Because
That's a stigma
my wife just
of
made
X
me watch
movies.
Sheena, That movie where the girl like talks to cheetahs or whatever, and she was butt naked for like 90% of it, and it was PG.
No. That's so fucking
Okay, how do you? I gotta write this down. Sheena. Gotta make plans for later.
It's so fucking I don't know why was George Romero allowed to just be like pitch them? That's like an ump changing a decision after a manager comes out in baseball. Like it never happens. Like the director was just like, "Hey man, there's no nudity," and then the MPAA was like, "All right, no more X."
Strong gore.
Like it's really weird. So let's get into this one. Takes place in Philly, so we're keeping it in Pittsburgh, which I liked. Or I mean,
What?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. God damn it! Thought I sounded so good. No, I'm not going to clap that. I would never edit out my stupidity. I never have. And somehow, like, honestly, like, no one's really ever been like, you're a fucking simp. Hope like that intelligent conversation at the beginning. Super serious combo. Oh, how the fuck? How different? Why is this episode so different than our last episode? Like that was the most on-topic conversation we ever had.
Because it's a good movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
And like,
oh, something happened.
This could like
Things to talk about.
like you had said, this movie. I mean, we're obviously going to anyways, but like I don't particularly care to talk scene by scene, like we would for a bad movie because like there's montages and like good filmmaking. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather just like tug off George Romero. Like
I know. Paul's questioning the turn of phrase.
well, you know, like Knight Riders,
No.
like Martin.
I haven't seen Martin in
You don't
forever.
Martin.
No. Paul, what's your favorite
Creep
George
Show?
Romero movie?
Dawn of the Dead. Obviously.
Who shows up there?
Paul, when did you first see Dawn of the Dead?
The first time I saw Dawn of the Dead was freshman year of college
All right.
with Joe. He bought it.
Oh, you didn't like horror movies,
He bought
right?
it on DVD. Yeah.
You never liked horror movies until college.
I wasn't that into him. Yeah.
That's
wasn't
funny.
feeling it. Wasn't vibing it.
So Mike's coming up soon to Connecticut, and we're gonna do an episode with him, and you should probably come do it also. First four person. But
I'm gonna have plans that weekend.
I just kind of have this weird feeling that Mike might be the linchpin of like all these terrible movies.
What do you mean?
No doubt.
What do you mean by linchpin?
Like
No.
the guy that like held you guys together in terms of like keeping you.
What do you mean you have a feeling? Dude, that's all we did.
I went over to Mike's house and watched Evil Dead by myself in his back room and didn't socialize with anyone else. Just because I hadn't seen it yet. He's like, go watch Evil Dead. And I was
We
like,
also went to
okay.
Mike's house and watched, I forget what movie it was, but it gave Paul a stomach ache because it's like shaky. So it will be and Mike finished it and Paul just sat in a side room by himself.
I believe that was Pink Flamingos.
It was not Pink Flamingos.
What was the other one we were watching?
Female Trouble. That was mom.
Female
His
Trouble.
mom made us
His
turn
mom walked in.
His mom made us turn it off. We were like 25.
To be fair, I would have smashed it.
Is that a?
The best was he.
Can you imagine what my
See,
dad
now we're
would
off
have
that.
done?
You jinxed us because now we're
Can you
off
imagine
topic.
what my dad would have done?
Yeah, he would have killed us.
He almost made us turn off Mystic River because a kid got kicked in the head.
Paul.
He left the room and wouldn't watch Matrix because Neo woke up in a bunch of goo.
He also almost made us turn off City of God
Probably.
because the kid shot himself in the foot.
Oh.
Because you didn't practice good.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine he
Mike-
walked in and people hanging their meat out of trench coats with sausages attached to
Mike-
every trauma movie I've ever seen?
Courtesy
It was courtesy of Mike.
That's
Yeah.
so funny. Like it's interesting.
But yeah, like he would go to the video store sale
we say that.
in town,
Or, yeah.
and he'd be like, fuck it, buy all three stepfathers, buy all three houses on the same day
All
on
of them.
VHS. Like, dude, what are you doing?
I bet with him
why
when
are
he
you buying
bought,
these?
like a complete collection of something that he already owned.
I see people do that on Instagram, and it's fucking wild.
Oh, they still do it?
Yeah.
Buy VHSs?
Yeah.
Oh.
But like they'll be like, here's like 4 of my extras of like Jurassic Park. Why do you keep buying them? It's weird. Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, so you'll have to come on that episode and we'll chit chat, figure out something good to talk about. Dawn of the Dead. So we start in this newsroom. We meet our lead character. What's her name?
Francine.
Franny. Did they ever call her Franny? Francie. And like we said, the newsroom's chaos in the wake of zombies eating people. But it's kind of like a talk show. It's like one of those sports shows where they just sit around barking at each other. But they're like, I don't even know what they're debating, honestly. I know it's about zombies. Like, they're like, we should kill them. And the other guy's like, we should maybe kill them. Like, I'm not quite sure.
We're in agreement.
Yeah, like, I don't understand. Like, that's what it seemed like. Like, it was like when we watched our two friends get into a fight, but they were arguing the same thing. And they were like near blows. They were both so drunk.
No.
They did come to blows?
Yeah, because we had to sheetrock the wall the next day.
What were they fighting about though? Like
Over Big Ben not being good.
Oh yeah. One guy was like Ben Roethlisberger, the quarterback.
He goes, Big Ben sucks, and the other one's like, fuck Big Ben, and then they were like in each other's faces, like saying the same thing, and then they get pushed into the wall.
That's like what these guys on the newsroom are doing. Like they're like, one's like, I think we should kill the zombies, and the other guy's like, what are you talking about? We need to destroy the zombies right now. I honestly, I could not. And you see them a bunch of times. I just had no idea what they were fighting about. And we also meet Steven, a.k.a. Flyboy.
Flyboy.
Because he flies helicopters.
You.
Is that his job? Is he like the news copter man?
It's possible. I was kind
I don't know.
of.
He's got a sweet leather coat, though. And he comes and tells Francine, be up at the roof at 9 and we're going to get the fuck out of here. Because this is chaos.
Yep.
This is chaos. We cut to...
Outside the apartment building.
Outside
SWAT
an
team.
apartment building, there's some cops on the ground. Very confusing scene to me when I first saw it. I remember I was like, are those cops going to fight the guys on the roof? And then all these people just started pouring out of the door shooting. I was like, oh, wait, I guess everyone's fighting these guys. It was very odd. A lot of weird racism, too. There's a character named Wooly, I believe his name.
Yeah.
Wooly, who's just blasting off
Out of control.
way out of line with this guy.
Going berserk, if you will.
Yes. So I think they're here to kill these gang members or like weed out the gang members from these projects.
Yes.
But these cops go in to raid it. And I think it's just to get these gang members who they literally just killed all of them on the roof. So I don't know. Like they literally just killed 12 of them on the roof. Yeah. And they killed some of the cops too. But the cops go in and this fucking Wooly dude is just literally kicking down doors and shooting people in the head.
Yeah. Innocent people.
Innocent people.
Whoever's in the doorway when he kicks
Honestly,
it open.
I had a real kind of a hard time watching it this go around.
Because he's a fucking psycho.
Because he's a psycho.
Yeah.
And like the first one you see him kill, he kicks the door down and you just see this guy turn like surprised. Like honestly, it kind of makes me stomach turn a little
That has to be intentional that Romero did that, though.
Oh yeah, like for sure. And again,
I think this can
ahead
all
of the
apply
time.
to right now.
Yeah,
too.
it does. It completely applies to it because like honestly, dude, that's what made me sick about it is because it looked like something you'd see on the news today. Or like fucking some video you shouldn't be watching on YouTube, but you just are like,
Yeah.
it's out there. So I'll click it. And this dude like turns and he's like got this surprised look on his face, but not for long because this bullet makes
He's
his
got
head
shotgun.
it makes his head explode. Savini probably using the exact same effect from Maniac.
Yeah.
Because this head
Yeah.
is the biggest explosion I've ever seen. Like,
Fuck.
there was not a piece of that head left.
No.
It was crazy. It was awesome. Amazing gore. Really,
Savini truly is the GOAT.
he really is.
There's nobody like him.
Really fucking good.
How many like special effects guys can you name?
None. Well, yeah, there's a couple other ones. I can't think of their names. Right. So that's the point. Yeah. Savini. He's so good. Yeah, he just blows that guy's head up. He's about to kill this. He's about to break into this other room. One guy warns him. I just realized something about this, like one of the messages of this movie. He's about to do it again, though. Kicks down the door.
And one of our main characters, Roger, tries to stop him.
Well,
Willie just shrugs him off.
Roger tries to jump on his back. The blonde-haired guy jumps on his back, trying to stop him. He throws him off. And then this dude just in a gas mask steps up and fucking just plunks Wooly. Wooly's dead.
Yeah.
Wooly's done. Wooly's fucking done.
Yeah, another cop, another like SWAT.
Another SWAT guy, and then he walks away, and we'll be introduced to him later. That room though was kind of disgusting, right? Was that a dead baby? Was that a baby parts? Did you see that?
They kind of showed what was on the ground. It almost looked like it.
Oh, it was fucked up, right? I did not like it.
I mean, it was just all gore.
I'm troubled by this. No, like as an adult.
Yeah, there's some
this.
bad stuff happening there.
Yeah, and I mean, even like later on, the kids thing. Like,
Yeah.
did they do that in Night of the Living Dead? Kill kids, kid zombies.
Girl downstairs.
The girl downstairs.
Yeah.
You're right, which was alarming, but she was also like super terrifying.
Yeah,
like not so,
super terrifying.
not so like, oh, it's a kid. You know what I mean? Like you were like, fuck that
No, yeah,
girl,
the
kill
kid-
that bitch,
Right.
kill that bitch, like save the team. Like you were not like, oh man, like there wasn't that feeling as much. But like in this one, there's like two little kids, and you're just
And
like,
those kids, like, they threw him on the couch. It almost looked playful.
yeah,
The way you like are messing.
and like he didn't want to shoot him, and then
Yeah.
finally decides to later. Oh man, that's fucked.
Supposedly those two kids were actually played by Tom Savini's like niece and nephew.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Hey kids.
Family gathering.
Got a great film for you to be in. So yeah, there's some sick scenes, but the zombies are just walking around. Our guy's what's the blind guy's name?
Roger.
Roger goes downstairs and he meets our guy in the mask who kind of like is threatening him, like basically like he doesn't want to get in trouble for killing another cop.
Yeah.
But
Roger's like, I didn't see nothing.
Roger's like, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Basically.
Fuck that piece of shit.
As he should be. That guy sucks.
Yeah. And then we reveal that it's Ken Foray. Ken Foray is awesome in this movie.
Agreed.
He's so fucking good, and he is so skinny.
Yeah, he's like 6'5".
Well, like the last time I saw him, not in person in a film, was Halloween, and he's a large man in that. Larger man.
Remember when he's Sid Haig's brother in
You mean when he should have won a fucking
Devil's Rejects?
Oscar? Dude, I love that movie. That movie's so fucking good. Dude, that scene's so great. I still love that line where I think they might be talking about policemen being dead. It's like, there's only going to be two things hitting the ground. Like, I forget, like, something in your dick hitting the dirt.
Classic Rob Zombie script.
Dude, it is.
But that's the best one.
Yeah, it's
by
100
far.
Because it, like, kind of made sense. Well, it didn't really make sense, but it wasn't a piece of shit.
Yeah, it was great.
Loved it. I haven't seen that in a long time.
I know.
I'm sure I'll hate
kinda-
every second of it.
Dude, I'm not going. I don't think I'll ever watch it again because I really have such fond memories of it.
Dude, I had the poster and a shirt.
You had a shirt, yeah. Like I don't think I can watch it again because I'm really worried. I'll be like, this is bad, and I can't admit it on the show because I just sucked its dick.
Yes.
I think it's going to be good.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Because I...
Throw Paul in a pool.
Put away in the backpack.
We do that, and we're like, yeah, Devil's Rejects was still good.
That's fucking funny.
So what was I gonna say? They find out that this like they've been keeping dead zombies there. We're learning a little bit more about the mindset of the people. George Romero's a fucking genius. Like really is. Like he's really putting you in a different mindset than Night of the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead was like initial reaction, right? Like what the fuck is this? Whereas this movie is like, how are people now reacting to it in groups? Like now that it's a known thing and it's everywhere, how are we dealing with it? Yeah. And like clearly the people in these projects, like they're keeping these dead people around because they don't consider them dead. So they have a room full
like
of live
family.
Zombies. Yeah. So, and
they can't part with them. So
yeah.
just lock
And he
them
says,
down.
yeah, like Ken Foray says, because they still believe there's respect in dying. So it's such a little minor thing. And they don't really ever like, they don't like deep dive into it. They're not like overly explaining it or anything, but I don't know. It's interesting what he puts in there. Another great scene after this is they all get into the helicopter to
I don't even know. Do they even have a plan? They're just kind of like, let's go.
They're just
Roll.
looking.
Yeah.
I mean,
We need to get out of here.
Why wouldn't you? Get off the land. And they're going through the air and they pass over. And is this a reference to the original Night of
It
the
has
Living
to
Dead?
be with the hunters.
Dude, it
Yeah.
absolutely has to be, right? Okay, so they pass over this like farm town and they're like, oh, I bet the hillbillies are having a blast down there. And again, like totally unnecessary to the film progression. But we get an amazing like few minutes with these farmers, like these hicks that they're passing over. And we get to like experience like what these like uneducated Southerners, or not, I don't even think they're going that far south, but farmers are like doing out in the woods, and they're just like drinking and like shooting zombies. They're like, this is the best. So it's like he's really just trying to expose you to everything.
Hitting every aspect.
He just wants you to see everything. It's awesome.
Agreed.
It's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. I feel like I'd like The Walking Dead a lot more if they did more of this.
Sure.
Like, I don't want to see, like, just
Made it better.
made a good show. Wrote something. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. But we see him kill the kids. Then we finally get to the mall. And what an experience it is. I forgot until, like, one thing about doing the show is you realize, like, timestamps, like, you realize timestamps a little bit more in these. Like, for me, I was like, when does Savini show up and the motorcycle gang? Like,
Very
you're,
late.
you're expecting that to be the, like, middle arc, right?
Yeah, like the climax.
Yeah, and like it lasting like kind of like the rest of the movie or something. And it's literally the last 10 minutes of the movie. Like it is crazy.
Yeah.
The rest of the movie is just them like getting by and montages.
It's so weird because like the Savini part like doesn't need to happen, but at the same time, it makes perfect sense that it does happen.
yeah.
It needed the pies.
What?
It needed those pies to the face.
So many
It's
gags.
such a silly, silly
They're the
gag
silliest
to throw in there.
motorcycle gags.
That's like the strangest turn in movie history.
They're like the Muppets of motorcycle gangs.
The bike gang shows up and then hits zombies. In
One
the
of
face
them's
with
wearing
green
like a
pies.
sombrero and like putting his arm in the blood pressure machine, which we've talked
Dude,
about
that
since
is
like
so
day
good.
one of the show. But, dude,
It's the funniest thing.
it's insane.
There's
Like,
literally
everyone's
like
running for their lives.
there's probably like
Sits down.
there's about 35 zombies within arm's reach, and he puts his arm in the blood pressure. thing.
It's so insane. Like you can't even like make fun of it for being absurd because it's so clearly absurd. Like no one filmed that being like, this is so serious. This makes perfect sense. Of
Yeah.
course you check your blood pressure. Yeah, it's fucking amazing. So they get to the mall. They tell us that it's muscle memory why these zombies are getting into the mall now.
And also, we find out that Francine's pregnant right around this part too.
Yes. Now, did you catch the abortion scene?
I did.
Okay, I missed it and Paul missed it too. Because I was like, I was waiting for it, and then I must have just fucking done.
We're Ken Foray just offers to abort it.
Yes, and then says, "Don't worry, he knows how."
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just glad it actually exists because I at the end of the movie I was like, oh my god, I didn't see that. I hope I haven't been like spreading this horrible lie about this movie.
No, that's there.
Okay, good. Yeah. He's like, I could take care of it for you. I know how. She's like, thanks. Yeah. So they're at the mall. They find like a safe house kind of area. These guys are the most. Oh, and we should mention. So who we have as survivors? We have Ken Foray, Roger, Steven,
Francine.
Flyboy, and Francine. Steven is Flyboy, I should say. That's Fly. And this mall has more zombies in it than you could ever possibly fucking imagine. But it's great that they just came up with this like quick excuse. And again, like, don't overthink it. Like, they were just like, yeah, they just show up.
What would you do if you were in the Meriden Mall and that happened?
Try and find a better mall.
The same. Those what I was thinking too.
100%.
I'll leave Mick.
Try-
Need to find a better one.
Just try and drive to fucking Westfield, Manchester.
Trying to lock yourself in a
Yes.
different dangerous.
yeah. Just
Oh, dude, but see, here's the problem. I think I'd go. No one would know these references. I can't even make this joke. I can't
do it.
I was gonna be like, well, I would go to the Waterbury Mall because the food court's larger.
It is.
Yes,
And
I
it
want
has more
food.
options.
and it does have more options. West Farms, you ain't gonna get shit food, son. You're gonna be drinking tea, a lot of tea. There's like 4 tea shops.
Shitty fucking Chinese place.
The shitty PF Chang's.
No, it's not PF Chang's.
Oh, I love
It's Panda Express. Wait.
Oh, there's a PF Chang's.
I'm talking about
on the outside.
Westfields.
What?
We are talking.
Wait.
Yeah.
West Farms? I'm not talking about West Farms. I'm talking about Westfield.
Right. We're all fucked up, and no one knows what we're talking about.
Let's just all go to Buckland.
So
That's the place to be because it has the fucking movie theater.
It does have a movie theater, and we would
But
break it in a second. Paul would be like, "I think this is play," and like every reel would just explode.
I mean, the movie theater is not even connected though.
It's not. You'd
have to drive a mile.
All right. So what would you? Where would you put? What would you? So would you want a bigger food court in your mall? I think I would want the bigger food court over the fun stuff.
But why?
So I could eat.
Yeah. This is tough.
Well, the one good thing about the Monroeville Mall here is that in Dawn of the Dead, they actually have a place where they could actually shop to get like fresh food as well. It's not just deep fryers and shit like
So-
I
that.
thought you were talking about Monroe, Connecticut.
So the Monroeville Mall in the film.
It has a lot of things that weren't really in the mall.
Oh, you mean
Romero
the African gun shop?
Yeah.
like the gun shop with like elephant rifles and shit in it.
Fucking awesome.
More ammunition than you could ever imagine. Now, in the 80s, though, malls were weird.
Yes.
They were booming, and like you might have been able to find a mall with that in there.
Yeah,
Totally worked.
perfect because this was the 70s.
I keep calling it the 80s. So that must have been then like really at the peak of the mall then for this to, or at least the beginning, which would have been the peak, I guess, because they were huge in the 80s, right? Like, was that when they really took off?
I think so because I feel like every 80s movie they just hang out at the mall.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Like that was like a big deal.
Yeah,
Like changing to indoor malls from the outdoor, because that was like 60s, 70s. And then I think must have been late 70s, early
Definitely
80s.
80s. Like Night of the Comet.
Yeah. So like that was like a big deal. So yeah,
Everyone was always up in arms that malls were just going to take over towns.
Yes. Oh my god.
that?
Oh my god. That totally just melted my brain. Yeah, people were like, the mall's gonna kill us all.
Even up to like the year 2000, I just remember in the Cheshire Herald, people were like, "No malls,
No
coming."
fucking malls.
Like every year, some guy would be like, "Sign this bill, or we're just gonna build a mall."
We want to build a mall in Cheshire.
do people go to the mall anymore? They just go on Amazon.
No,
I go to the mall.
I go to the mall to wear my son out. Like I'm like, this kid's got too much energy. Let's go to the fucking mall.
I go to the mall to ride in those little cars, 25
The
cents.
fucking
Dude,
the animal ones.
yeah, they go
Oh,
so fast.
Go fuck yourself, dude. I want to clothesline every kid off of those. Like, honestly, I will fight anyone that uses those. Fans, come at me. I will find you. I'll fucking beat the shit out of you. Unless you're bigger than me. Then I'll just politely just.
Disagree.
I see the value in them now. It's quite like nice ride, actually. Yes, I'd like to join you. I'll pay for your ride. No worries. So yeah, so they're in the mall. A lot of weird stores, gun stores, everything you can imagine in this mall.
Yep.
There's a VW car that'll come into play later. It's just parked in the middle. Display model. This mall was so nice. It was a beautiful mall. Right? Beautiful mall.
Yep.
So we got basically two cops with them, Flyboy and the news reporter, Francine, who is pregnant, as we've learned. And she's not going to have an abortion, as we also learned. Sorry, Ken. You'll have to save it for another time, I guess. So where are we? Oh yeah. So the two cops decide they're going to go out, like case the joint, basically, like figure out what's what. They want to get into that department store though.
Yes.
That's their main goal. They get in.
Dude, have you been to that mall over the Tappan Zee Bridge? The Palisades?
Yes.
It's like the big small.
That's
center.
the
That's
mall
the one
to
you
go.
go to.
That's the
That's the
mall
one you go to.
You just got to hop in your car and
Dude,
drive to that
fucking
mall.
Dave and Buster's.
They have everything there.
Yeah.
I've
They
never
have
actually
that,
been.
They have
to
that
mall.
like
It's huge.
jungle gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. You can go bungee jumping.
Yeah. It's great. It's a great mall.
Barnes and Noble.
Yeah. Food.
But lots of food. 5 floors.
That thing's
Each floor
5
has
floors.
fucking
Holy shit.
food court.
We should probably do an episode.
We should probably just go there right now.
I will do that.
I'll be close. Fuck you, 11:30. That's a bad idea. And we're all gonna get home at 2 a.m. now.
No way we'd make it back by 2 a.m.
No, you're right. So they're checking out all the stores. We get a classic like shopping spree scene. They get to the department store. They lock themselves in. I love these two cops palling around. They're so like nonchalant about the zombies. They're like, "You want to play hit and run?" Yeah, man. They like go out there. They're just like popping zombies, fucking shoving them. And then they go on their like little 80s shopping spree scene. Meanwhile, Steven, Flyboy, is like, "Who the fuck are those guys?" And decides to like walk into a boiler room. Even though those guys are like, "Hey, we're going to go to the department store." He's like,
we'll
"Hey,
bring back everything you need."
I'm going to walk into this really dark room. And he starts shooting blindly. And just so many ricochets. Pew, pew, pew. Like, they're bouncing off the boiler fucking pipes. I couldn't think of the word pipe. I wanted to say tubes. And even the guys in the store, like the two cops, like Ken Foray and the Roger, are like, "Who the fuck is that guy? Like, what the fuck's he doing?" And then they hear the gunshots and they're like, "Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, gotta go save that idiot again." And of course, Foray does save him. And Ken basically pitches, they all get back together and he's pitching, we should just stay here. Like, why the fuck not? Like, their original plan was to like take some shit and leave. And now they're like,
Why would you not?
dude, yeah, it makes perfect sense. Oh man, this movie is really good. Okay, sorry. Luckily, Steven finds a map of all the ventilation ducts just on a desk at the department store. And it is in a bound book. They're like, "Oh, hey, look at this page." All the maps of the ducts for us to crawl through. And the point of that, I forget what the point of that was. Like they could access their room or the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they could keep gates up.
Right.
And still drop into a store. And
Oh, okay. I got it. Right. So that was their plan. Yeah.
It was like their subway system.
Yeah. It's the shittiest subway. The sweatiest.
Sure.
Smell.
Are you sure?
Oh, wait. No, you're right.
Have you been on any subways?
I don't even know what I'm saying. Oh, my God. I forgot I stepped in a puddle of piss at the Penn Station subway. So, yeah, you're right. Literally a puddle of piss.
I'd much rather
Human
crawl
piss.
through ducts.
Yeah. I'd rather die in a duct. Step in another puddle.
Also,
of
fun
piss.
fact, when you type in mall on Wikipedia, the West Hartford Mall is the picture.
Shut up.
It is a beautiful mall.
This picture, that photographer is wonderful.
And there's some great scenes in this where like guys are like characters will be talking to each other about certain things. He showed despair in these people's faces, or maybe it's the actor's credit too.
It's very underrated. Like, they sell every emotion.
Dude, and like emotions that you're not even like,
Because you don't think about the
expecting.
acting when you think about Dawn of the Dead.
no, and it's really good. Like, Steven walks up to Francine and it's like, "This place is fucking great. Like, this is the greatest place you'll ever see. Like, I can't wait. We're gonna live here. It's gonna be awesome." Like I get what in his head he's thinking. And Francine's face is like the most depressed face you'll ever see on a human being. She's pregnant. There's no fucking beds. And this guy's like, "This is gonna be great. We're gonna live in the mall." This woman's like, wow, thank God. Like, thanks, Steven. Like, this sounds wonderful. Like, well, always what I dreamed of. Like, but like, it's such an interesting dynamic, and I love it. Also, Francine should probably stop smoking while she's pregnant.
Yes. The 70s, man.
Yeah. They didn't know better.
You are so far away from the mic. I can't wait to hear how far away.
You could not be lounging more.
He was so far back in his chair, and also just like, "Oh yeah, she was smoking." Yeah, I'm not picking on anybody. What? What's this asshole's from? Asshole acts like he's recording a the program, a radio program. So our homies decide to they're gonna make this. They got this plan to steal some 18-wheelers and block the doors. Genius plan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did they say they saw the 18-wheelers like when they were coming in? I forget how they just figured that out. That there were like a million 18-wheelers parked. Like you would never know that, but I think they saw it when they came in. But they're gonna go out, get the 18-wheelers, bring them back. They do so successfully for the first one. Flyboy's kind of a fucking asshole though, right? And then as they're about to get this, they're about to do a second run. So basically Ken Foray and Roger are driving two trucks. One blocks the area. Then that one has to get out, which is so ripe with peril. I would never do that. That's all I could think about in that. It's like,
Sean would end up living in the truck.
yeah, I'd be like, you know what?
Truck.
This is really comfortable. Hey, Fran, look at this place. This is great. We're going to live in a truck. Yeah, I would definitely would. I would not get out. Like that guy was like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Roger has
He's acting like a
balls
madman.
of steel. And then he got back in the truck. They go back, get another truck. When they're going back to the second one, Roger like gets into like a little bit of trouble, like some zombies show up, and Flyboy's like, see ya, and like just zips away. It was like the weirdest thing. I think that was my take from it.
Well, he was trying to signal to Ken Foray that he's in trouble.
Oh, so that's why
he
so
left and he's like hovering around. Yeah, he was being a good guy.
Steven's so weird. I always like
in the beginning he's
kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's like
shooting the gun.
Oh yeah, like
in Ken Foray's direction, and he's like nothing but trouble.
You don't ever point a gun at another man. And he points a gun at his face. So we get like a bunch of more montages, just of like the zaniness of the mall. Like it's just like them shopping. Oh wait, no, I'm not. I'm sorry, I skipped a major point. I just skipped like a major fucking thing. Fuck, that's crazy. But nah, you have to edit that out. Dude, our show is full of stupidity. We don't have to edit out that I was wrong.
Yeah, come your tits.
I just said we came back at the wrong point.
Oh yeah, no, I'm cool with that, man. People know we're stupid. I'm stupid. So anyway, so Roger meets a little bit of peril when he's getting into the truck. They plant this other truck though. He gets in, he gets out, he gets into a little trouble. It's a little hairy, but he gets into Ken Foray's car, but then is like, I left my bag in there. Which is fitting for the character, I guess, because he's a fucking lunatic. Like for even jumping out of the vehicle. Like
at
works.
this point, there's like a screw loose too.
But there was something weird.
He's acting like very.
Well, I almost thought he was bit by now.
Yeah.
I thought I might have missed it, but
Wouldn't you lose your mind though if zombies were taking over?
Of course you'd lose your mind. You'd lose your mind if you lived in a mall. Like there's a scene, and again, it's like another understated scene where like Francine is like putting on crazy makeup and wigs, like dressing up like another person. It's fucking bizarre, really, when you think about it. Like, because she's not that person at all in this movie.
And there's the TV.
She's so level-headed, and it just cuts to her, and she looks like Marilyn Monroe, kind of.
Right.
And like she's losing her mind. And then at the same time, in that same scene, which makes it even more effective to me, is you hear this fucking insane recording playing over the thing that's like, come to the candy shop to buy candy.
How will you not? You have the
You would lose your
blueprints
mind,
to the
right?
events.
Oh, well,
Like,
yeah.
why would you not find that and just disable it?
it.
Yeah.
You'd rip it apart. Because like like that would make me go psychotic.
Yeah.
Imagine listening to that every
I told you
fucking
about Dear Prudence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Imagine that like for months.
Have we told that on the show?
No,
Do you not want to bring it up?
it's
In
like
college,
traumatizing.
somebody would play Dear Prudence. Or no, one night, right?
No, they got drunk and they locked themselves in the bed in their bedroom and they played Dear Prudence on repeat. So like it would just go over and over, and like they had it at the maximum volume. So like,
I did that to my roommate with Bob Jr.
yeah, but Paul, it wasn't all night.
This guy passed out.
Passed out. So like I would pound on the door and like there's nothing. And then like fuck it, I'll just try and go to sleep. And like it was cold out, so you couldn't like go sleep outside or something. So it was just over and over again. And then by the time like 7 a.m. rolls and you haven't slept, there's an airplane noise at the beginning of Dear Prudence. It's like it was like Chinese water torture. You'd hear it and be like, holy fuck, I'm gonna kill myself.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah, like, and imagine that of a woman talking about candy, like
Over and over from
you
months.
lose your mind.
Yeah.
So this guy's definitely losing it. But they go back to try and get his bag, and Ken Foray is like straight up like, "You're fucking with all of our lives doing this." But he actually ends up just fucking with his life because Roger gets bit twice, which I love. Again, like I'm just like, I know I'm just like overthinking it maybe, but I just like the fact that they bit him twice. Like you don't see that in a zombie movie. It's always the one bite and like, oh no, like, oh, whatever. You know what I mean? And this guy, like, he gets bit in the arm and you're like, oh, that sucks. And then he's like trying to get in, another one just bites his fucking leg. And you're like, well, that guy's fucking dead.
It's fucked now.
Yeah, like there's no chance about that. They get to the mall, they patch him up. Flyboy and Foray are like, all right, we got to ammo up at this point. Like, you know, whatever. What am I going to say? Oh, when they do that, they get ambushed. They all go looting. They all go to the mall to get supplies, and they get ambushed. They're getting fucked. I don't know how they got in. Was there like a explanation for why there was such a...
Well, once they got armed, they went out. I think they were trying to hunt all the rest of the zombies to clear out the mall.
Oh, that's right. That's what
after
they
they
said.
got armed.
Yeah.
So they were out there, and then everybody that was left in there, they had to kill.
Came at them.
Yeah, and that's when they jump in the car.
They jump in the car, the VW, which is awesome.
It's awesome, and it's insane to think about because they filmed like all night and then all morning until the mall opened.
Oh yeah, that's
So
right.
they were actually driving cars around, and they'd have to reset the mall back up.
That's fucking crazy.
And like
Exhausting. That was.
dude,
in some
so
points,
much
like,
work.
They're leaving tire marks and stuff.
Of course, they would have had to.
Crazy.
There's nothing I enjoy less than cleaning up. Like you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You fuck around and then you're like, wait, I have
this
to,
is not worth the
pick all
cleanup.
this up.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh my God, I forgot about that aspect of it. Yeah, and they're using the car to go around and lock all the doors. That was like their goal.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Steve's walking around with a blowtorch. I thought he was like torching them shut, but it was just to like burn their fingers, burn their zombie fingers.
Yeah, and I never.
Which is effective because all the zombies are like doing like a youch reaction.
Yeah, so that was the weird. That was the weird thing to me
it
this
was
time.
weird too.
I never noticed it before.
Yeah.
Earlier, Francine,
There's a
when they first get to the mall, Francine has like a torch or something, or has like a flare.
Yeah.
And the zombie actually
Like react.
puts his arms up as he's coming towards her because of the heat and the glare of the flare. And yeah, like you were just saying with Flyboy, he's got this torch, and the zombies are actually aware and actually kind of shielding themselves a little bit from the flame, which I thought was kind of weird.
I'm gonna say something it's not positive about this movie. I'm just thinking maybe these were just like untrained stunt actors and they were actually burning.
they're like,
Well, they're real
hurting them. Yeah.
And like pointing a flare in their face. They're like, Jesus fuck.
Yeah, well, I think it was like an open casting. It was like, do you want to show up? They got like a bag lunch and like $20 and like a shirt.
Dude, people
that said like I was a zombie and Dawn of the Dead.
Reaction
because they're
to
just
the
like normal
blowtorch
people.
was straight up so reactionary. It was so was so quick.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
I think he was burning people's and the blowtorch flame was so small. Like it wasn't like full blast, like blue. Like it was like this like weird little flame. I think he was just burning people's little fingers. Tom Savini's kids. Hey kids, we need you for another minute. Roger's dying though. Roger looks like fucking dog doo-doo. His face is sunken in. The makeup's amazing though. Like how they've showed him transition into it.
Does look like shit.
Dude, he looks like fucking dog shit. He's playing this video game and you're like, oh man, this guy's not long for this world. Like fucking poor Rod.
When he dies and reanimates, though, I love it.
It's so good.
I love it.
One of the best scenes, like zombie reanimation scenes ever. Yeah, and fucking poor Francine's got morning sickness. We're seeing that side of it. Like that, like think about her position in this. Like it would be a nightmare for all of us. Imagine being sick and fucking carrying a baby and like, oh my God, like it would fucking nightmare.
You have to give birth to a baby in this a world like this
In the mall.
Yeah.
With Ken Foray, who's like,
with everybody dead.
hey, I don't know how to perform a birth. I just know how to abort. Sorry. Imagine he didn't know how. That was the only medical task he knew how to perform.
That's what we went to school for.
Capable of nothing else. Again, that was in my book of like mysteries of horror movies. Like, why do you know that? Like, not like, hey man, I've got like some medical expertise. Like, I could do it safely. Like I know how to do that. I know how to perform that task. He's a police officer. What the fuck? More montages of trying on clothes, eating candy, ice skating, all while Roger's like dead in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, he's literally in a wheelbarrow,
carting him around,
dragging him around.
He's like that kid on Game of Thrones. Fucking Hogarth or whatever his name.
Hodor.
Hogarth.
Well, Hodor's the one that carries him.
Hodor pushes him around in a fucking cart. Doesn't he push him in a cart too?
I think at one point he does, and then Hodor just has him on his back.
Oh. Well, I like the cart better. And Roger's just sitting in this cart while everyone's having the time of their lives in the mall, and Roger's dying. It's a little wheelbarrow. And then the brutal scene where Roger goes, and Ken knows it, so he's just like kind of keeping watch on him. And Roger has like a brutal moment where he's just like, "Don't let me turn into him. Like, just fucking kill me." But Ken Frey waits until he.
Again, this is the first time like any of this is ever happening in a zombie movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and Frey's just keeping watch, and it's a great scene because Roger's just covered with a blanket, and then you just see the fucking blanket moving, and the blanket's coming off, and you just see Roger's gaunt face, and you don't know.
Well, is a good word for that.
You don't know if he's dead or alive, really, because he looked like such dog shit before. That like, I honestly, I specifically remember the first time I watched it. I was like, oh, is this going to be like a Catch-22 where he's like, I don't know if I should kill him or not, but Ken kills him right away.
I do not blame him.
Yeah, no, he's dead. That man is dead, and if he isn't, he's about to be.
He should have been like an hour ago.
Yeah, he should have been like days ago. Yeah. So it's great, but it's a brutal scene. And that was also the one where you just hear fighting on the TV of these people. And there's this juxtaposition of them just being like, you have to kill them. Like it's an amazing scene. Get a romantic date between, again, like this movie is just kind of like these like cool scenes. Like you're just day in the life and these montages and nothing is really particularly happening. It's the ultimate what if, right?
Yeah, it just shows you like
they're just living
what
life.
would happen.
Yeah, it's the what if. This movie is made to talk about like what would you do in the fucking mall if you got to. But then at the same time, it's George Romero, so he's probably like, no, it's not the fucking point. The point is, don't buy so much dog shit. So we get like, I only want to bring this up too, just because there's this amazing scene. Me and Paul talked about before you got here. So they go on Steven and Francine go on a date, and Ken Frey like is acting as the waiter for like a nice romantic evening for them. And it's the most depressing dinner scene. Like they're like trying to have a nice night. She's pregnant and like trying to make this work. And all she says in that scene is, what have we done to ourselves? Yeah. And then it cuts to them in bed, like post-coital or like just post-date, and they're in bed like naked, and they are the two most depressed looking people you ever see.
Yeah, they're not even looking at each other.
They're not looking at each other, and like it is so obvious that they're just thinking like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, reality sets.
No matter what, like no matter how much lipstick we put on this fucking pig, no matter how much we make Ken Foray act as our waiter, this fucking sucks. It's a terrible waiter.
And then is it shortly after that, the dinner scene with the three of them, when Francine and Steven won't sit at the table together?
Yes.
And it's very, I never realized, I don't remember it before. And this is like my fourth time seeing this, maybe fourth, fifth. But Steven's just sitting there playing with the TV, and Francine's getting annoyed.
Yeah.
And she yells at him, and he comes back and sits down, and then she gets up and turns the TV off. And as soon as she sits back down, Steven gets right back up and turns it back on just to like stares at her.
It's fucking weird.
And it's just like, yeah, like,
because
there's nothing left.
There's nothing even to argue about.
Except there is, because Steven teaches her how to fly a helicopter.
Yes.
She's been doing that
all day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yes.
Although I guess you run out of gas.
Well,
Well, it doesn't matter because they start fucking around in this helicopter and two creepy fucking dudes, one of which, Tom Savini, the other, just a creepy dude, are just like watching them and are like, hey, we should go fuck them up. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, when do you want to do it? Tonight. All right.
So they do.
Prank
But
call
not
them.
before they prank call. Dude, again, these are the Muppets of like Raiders. Like, well, also, the one thing that honestly took me out of it was like
The Statler and Waldorfs.
no, I love that. But when so they do call them like over the radio, and like they're like Ken Foray and Steven are listening, and like Francine's listening, and like one of them's just like, they're Raiders. Come on. You haven't seen anyone. How do you know like Raiders exist? But he is right. They are Raiders. And they do prank call them. But like it's like one guy being like straight and he's like, hey man, we're going to come over. We just want to share some food with you. And meanwhile, everyone in the background's like, I fucking kill you.
Yeah. There's only 4 of us, and you hear 30 guys in the background yelling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, tell them it's 4. The worst prank call of all time. It's like
Is the refrigerator running?
Dude, it's like a prank call in like you do in 6th grade where it's just like your friend yelling behind you. And the person on the phone's like, the fuck? Like if it was just you on the phone, you'd pull this off. But your idiot friends are ruining this for you. And fucking honestly, Francine's going like, well, just talk to him. Ken Forey's like, no. Like, thank you, Ken. Like, what? Don't answer that.
Voice of reason.
Yeah, because clearly they're mass murderers. Like the people in the background are just screaming like, I can't wait to fucking kill them. This is going to be so great. And the guy's just going, shh, shh, shh. No, we just want to talk. And he's like, oh, we don't like people that don't share. And the Raiders come quickly, soon.
Yeah, they give him a quick warning. They're like, you done fucked up. We're coming now.
And then they break in and just let like a bajillion zombies in behind them.
Yeah. They don't give a fuck. Which like is so counterintuitive to even like what you were doing. Like you're going in there because you're like, oh, let's raid whatever they have.
Yeah.
But then like it doesn't help to like let in 8 fucking billion zombies that are that want to kill you also. They're not your friends.
Yeah, but these guys, like you said, they're so like unconcerned.
About
they don't give a shit.
Do not give a shit. Those guys are living the dream.
They really are. Like
They don't care about staying there. They just want to pillage.
I don't know if they even know anything's happened to Earth.
Well,
Like this is just another day.
and there are certain guys, like, if they bust in there, like, certain guys just start raiding.
Yeah.
Other guys are just, there's one guy with a giant mallet, and all he's doing is just whacking zombies. He's not even in the mall. He's outside because he's having so much fun just killing things. Like, he doesn't even go in.
You're totally right. It's so fucking bizarre. Like they're just swinging from things. Like
Yeah.
so dangerous. Like it's
So
like
much debauchery.
Swinging from banners.
honestly, I would
It's so ineffective if you're raiding to just take time to swing from things.
make noise for more zombies to follow. Like it's just
Ride around
almost
the
unaffected.
motorcycle, the sidecar. The guy's just cutting heads off zombies, and the dude just driving into like all the cardboard
These guys are
signs and
awesome.
shit.
They are awesome. And you know what? Ken Frey is wrong. These aren't raiders. These are just like idiots, you
assholes.
morons.
Yeah.
These are village idiots that got together. Like every village idiot survived and was like, "Hey, man, I like your style. I like the cut of your jib. You want to go make a lot of noise?" These things keep following us. It's fucking weird. Let's kill them. Yeah, no, these guys are fucking awesome, and they're just riding on motorcycles and fucking running.
Ken
shit.
Foray is the only one with a brain because he's like, just let them take their shit and
get out.
the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
they're gonna do. And then Steven decides to.
Yeah, Flyboy loses it, and he's like, just start fucking
Let me start shooting.
But to be fair, I think Steven like overhears one of them be like, "Let's find him and kill him." Like I think somebody like I think he overhears like somebody like being like, "We should find those people and fucking murder them." And I think that's when Steven's like, "We got to do it." Like it's almost like we have to act first.
Yeah.
When in reality, just hide in that fucking room, dude.
Because you know,
Those guys
there's
are
like
so stupid.
40
You're,
of them.
like, look at how they're behaving. They'll be dead in minutes. The zombies
Yeah.
kill them so quickly. They're stuck in a mall. They're so fucking stupid. Ultimately, that kind of happens. The zombies do attack. Steven starts shooting them. Zombies attack. Some of the raiders split. The others stick their arms in blood pressure cuffs and die. Horrible deaths. And the end provides us with some of the most memorable scenes of the movie in the last like 10 minutes. Steven tries to escape through an elevator shaft, and he gets got by the I almost said aliens. But by the zombies. He gets bit. He turns, and in a great scene, the elevator doors open, and Steven's just standing there. He's even got his gun still on his finger.
Yeah.
And the makeup on him is great. And because of the muscle memory, like we've talked about, he's able to kind of lead the zombies to the safe house, which is a great. If you're going to use that like plot device that the zombies are using muscle memory, genius way to do it.
Yep.
Fucking genius. I loved it. You also get to see these raiders just get fucking torn in half. Guts just pulled out of their stomach. It is fucking gross. It is one of the grossest scenes I've ever seen. He leads them back. Ken and Franny, last survivors. They're about to escape. Ken's like, I'm just going to kill myself. So Franny splits, and then Ken's like, yeah, fuck it.
After the zombies are like already in the
After filled the room,
yeah.
like belly to back, full of zombies. And this guy's like, you know what? Fuck this shit. And he beats the shit out of like 4 dozen zombies.
Yeah, he only has that little pistol with like 2 bullets.
And he's just
so he just
fighting.
Like punching them and kicking them.
I loved how much they fought the zombies though, like hand-to-hand combat. Like fucking Roger was like big into hand-to-hand zombie combat. Like he was always just pushing them,
Pissed off and just pop them.
shoving them and punching them and just like. But Ken Frey's busting out some karate kicks on the roof. He's doing some shit, and they escape.
Yeah,
and that's the wrap, man. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't finish it.
No, because like they don't know how much fuel they have or how far they'll get.
Yes.
So they kind of leave you in suspense. Like, are they going to make it? Where are they going to go? I like it. It's bleak. It's a
bleak just
ending.
like it should be.
Yeah.
Because like, what the fuck? And they most definitely crashed that helicopter and died. Francine has
I
like
also tend to agree with that.
Francine had like 6 hours under her belt.
As soon as the camera panned away, they just exploded.
That's why I kind of didn't want to fly with her. You're just kill myself.
Oh, dude, you're probably right.
Less painful.
You're probably right. Well, like, I mean, I think that was like, like these characters never even had to like emote that, like, or not emote, say it. They never had to explain it. None of the characters were like, oh, I'm going to blow my brains out because this sucks. And then I'm not going to. Like all of them, you could just see it in their eyes. Like there were scenes where like, I was like, is Francine going to kill herself? Like, because I frankly, I would 100%. But like when they like just talking, like you could just see it in their eyes. Like these actors were like really good at emoting those emotions, like without having to be like, oh, like having a scene of them like trying to kill themselves or something like that. Like it was amazing and dark and bleak and fucking funny at the same time. Like perfect movie. Yeah. Honestly. Did you rate this on Letterboxd?
Yeah, it's 5 stars.
Yeah, 5 stars. Yeah, I'd probably tend to agree with that. And again, like the overtones, like he's not trying to lecture you. It's just like, this is what I think. Like, and it's clear.
Yeah.
And he's not a piece of shit, so it's great. It's a good guy. So thanks, George Romero. Thanks for this.
Thanks for the memories.
Thank you. Is that a song?
What?
Memories, Cats.
Is that from Cats?
I don't know.
Are you asking or telling me?
I don't know. I've never seen a musical in my life.
You ever seen a musical?
No, or Cats.
Never?
No. Well, Grease, but on VHS.
So you have. Wait, hold on. I thought you were just talking about stage musicals.
Oh, no, I've never seen.
Are you claiming you've never seen a movie musical?
No, I've seen
Grease. Besides Grease.
Bye Bye Birdie.
Okay.
And that's it. I was a big
Are
fan
you
of
sure that's it?
Sing in the Rain?
Heartthrobs. No, I've never seen
South Park? Bigger, longer, uncut?
Okay, I've seen that.
Yeah.
You seen The Bandwagon?
No.
What?
With Fred Astaire?
Paint Your Wagon? Clint Eastwood?
And, no. Lee Marvin? I've not.
Clint Eastwood's in it.
I know.
You said no. Oh, we haven't signed off.
No. All right. So episodes for the next 2 weeks. Well, first of all, buy our shirt, store.ihatehorror.com. Oh, wait, no, they're probably offline. They'll be back soon. So we'll keep you posted on when those come back up. Movies for the next couple weeks. Rock and Roll Nightmare. Right. You want to do that.
Yep.
Without a doubt. Then Twana, our homie Twana, she wrote us a really nice email. that we read on the air. She chose The Thing. I think OG.
Okay.
The Abominable
1950s one?
Yeah. Abominable Dr. Phibes. And Theater of Blood. Because she really wanted us to do like Vincent Price.
I want to do Abominable.
Abominable.
Yeah.
Mr. Dr. Phibes.
Vibes.
Sounds good. So
Mr. Vibes.
just not change the name completely. So next couple weeks, Abominable Dr. Phibes and Rock and Roll Nightmare. If I didn't have like a whole ending that we still had to do, that would have been a cool ending. Facebook.com/IHateHorror, IHateHorror.com. Thanks to Harley Poe for allowing us to use this song for the intro. You can find me on Twitter at IHateHorrorShow, on Snapchat and Instagram at IHateHorror.
I'm at Jovi421, Boognish 1985, and Horror Show Joe.
Yep. And rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. That's the best way to help us. If you do, send me an email, Sean at IHateHorror, and I'll send you Sean@IHateHorror.com, and I'll send you some stickers. And that's really it, guys. So thank you all so much for all the support again. Thank you for all your orders. It really means a lot to us. Thank you so much. All that money is going to help Baby Boog. We're going to get Baby Boog a new bassinet. Baby Boog's bassinet.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know what a bassinet is. All right. So anyway,
I don't either.
everyone, for Joe and Paul, this is Sean. Stay weird.
Thank you.
Adios.
Oh,
I know we watched it together. Remember?
since we're never gonna do this riding in cars with boys, and it's so outdated, I need to tell you something. I just need to read these to you. We don't have to play it right now, but I just
Let's
want
play it.
Okay. So this was written September 23rd, 2016. My first riding in cars with boys. Oh, because we were going to call it the Peter linkage. Linkage.
Oh God.
Okay.
It was going to be, yeah, it was going to be where you guys link names
All right, let's do it.
and try and like get as far as you can.
My brain doesn't work.
I know. It's
Ever.
fine. We're tired, but I just want to read these because they make me laugh and they're going to be outdated. They're already outdated. So I'm going to read this exactly how I wrote it because it makes me laugh. So this was September 2016, pre-election. Ted Cruz endorses Donald Trump. So that must have been like topical at the moment. Ted Cruz is a Zodiac killer. So we start with the movie Zodiac.
And what's the object?
Zodiac 2007. Start using, because you guys were able to like take people from the movie and like link them to other movies.
Oh, yeah. So,
And, like,
but like,
Do we have to get some?
I can tell you the names of the people in it.
no,
No, we know who they are.
But like, what's the end game? So,
I don't know. I think it's just to keep going until somebody stops.
what we would do is like we'd be like connect Johnny Depp to like Bela Lugosi,
Yeah.
right? So that we had two names to start.
Oh.
Can we connect
Okay.
to
So,
Toshiro?
okay, all right, I've got a second.
I could play,
I've got a second movie and it's topical. I got a second movie and it's topical.
but hold on, but we don't need two movies. We need two actors,
So you
We could do
you
two
could
movies.
you could take the movies and figure out.
We can figure it out.
or we could see who can name the most actors in that movie.
All right, or that. So here we go. Next movie. This is literally on here from September. Stephen King turned 69 this week, so we're going to talk about
69.
Creep Show,
Okay.
directed by George Romero.
How many people from Creep Show do you think you can name? You want to bid first?
You're going to be surprised at the people in Creep Show, I think. Well, maybe not, because Paul's like...
Do you want to go from one to the other or figure out who can name more? You can name more.
But that's the point of the game. How many do you think you can name from Creep Show?
I thought we were trying to get from.
How many? Well, we can do both.
Let's start with trying to name them.
How many do you think you can name?
4.
I need to pull up the IMDb. How many do you think you can name?
5.
Name them.
Stephen King.
Okay.
Wait. He should go first, right? Because he gets
No.
No.
Oh, okay,
no.
okay.
I just
Oh, 'cause
outbid
you
him.
bid him.
But,
Oh,
if
right.
if I can't name the 5, then he wins.
Okay.
That's how we play it. Who did I say? Stephen King,
Yep.
Leslie Nielsen,
Yep.
Ted Danson,
Yep.
Adrian Barbeau,
Yep.
and Hal Holbrook.
Okay. He's in that.
Brooks.
Yeah, he's Adrian Barbeau's husband.
Oh.
Oh,
You know how
I feel
Holbrook won
like,
an
I feel like
Academy
Tom
Award for,
Savini
like,
was
2
in
minutes?
was in it,
he was.
so I could have named 6.
Shucks.
Can you name anyone else?
No.
Atkins.
Fuck.
Tom Atkins.
Yeah. Ed Harris.
Eddie Harris is in that.
He's in Creepshow 1?
Yeah.
Who is he?
He's
The garbage guy?
he's the Father's Day.
Is that Harris?
Yeah.
Holy
The
shit.
dancing guy.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. And Fritz Weaver.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Fritz Weaver.
Fucking Fritz.
Putting on the Fritz.
Ah, nice.
That means it's a bad joke.
How many people from the Zodiac can you name? Paul, sometime to fucking tonight. There's nothing. There's no stakes on the line.
If I lose this, I lose it all.
No, I'm trying to think of the 5th guy's name.
How many did you say?
4.
Fuck, man, name it.
Ted Cruz doesn't count.
Okay. Robert Downey Jr., Chloe Sevigny,
Ooh.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Mark Ruffalo, the guy that voiced Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That doesn't count.
I know. I
named
already
4.
named 4.
Fuck.
Yeah. The 5th guy was the guy that was the bad guy in Sons of Anarchy. The guy's in all the sitcoms. I can't think of his fucking name.
What guy? Oh, the Irish guy?
Yeah, he plays like the cop in Vallejo, California.
But he's what's that show called? Bosco or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. What are you laughing at? All right, then we need another movie for a tiebreaker because we're tied 1-1.
All right. So
This is not Peter Linkage, by the way.
No, we're going to do that next.
Oh, fuck. She just got real.
probably I think Paul needs to go home. Well, these randomly came up. Oh, recently viewed. Great. Okay, so I'm gonna pick something that's gonna annoy both of you. Matilda.
Give me a fucking break, dude.
1.
Joe, you win. Name her.
Danny DeVito.
Joe wins. Joe wins.
Dude, Rhea Perlman.
Oh, fuck.
Mara Wilson.
That's her name. She Mrs. Doubtfire.
You want to just name Clint Eastwood movies?
You want to? So you can name the most?
Yes.
All right, you start.
I'll do this right.
Start.
White Hunter, Black Heart.
I'm gonna use
That's where you're starting with? All right. Paint your wagon.
The Rookie.
Paul, wouldn't the key be to like name
Yes.
get rid of the obvious ones? So you can blow them away.
No, I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to play into your fucking game. Firefox.
That's what I was going to do. Son of a bitch. A fistful of dollars.
For a few dollars more.
The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
High Noon. No, sorry. Pale Rider.
Hang 'em High.
That's what I was thinking of. Fuck.
I know, Gary.
Flags of Our Fathers.
It's not in that.
He directed it. Dude, directing doesn't count? Is this what he started in?
Letters from Iwo Jima. Fuck you, Joe.
Fine. The $1 million baby.
Yeah, he's in that too. You got lucky.
I've got 2.
Hey, Joe. Casper.
No, that's the one I was saving.
He was in Casper.
His hands. 2 seconds. Fuck.
You guys are missing
Shit.
2 key ones.
Okay.
Oh, thanks. Sorry.
Dirty Harry.
High Plains Drifter.
Sudden Impact.
Gran Torino.
The Deadpool.
Joe Kidd.
The Eager Sanction.
2 Mules for Sister Sarah.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. That reminds me of, and I can't think of the name. Play Misty for me.
Absolute Power.
In the Line of Fire.
Beguiled.
Shit. The time you yelled at the chair.
The Changeling?
No. Why you out of turn?
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about.
No.
Because George C. Scott yelled at a chair in that.
We're talking about Clint Eastwood.
I know.
No, when Mitt Romney was running, he was just yelling at a chair. Support for shit, now I'm for The Enforcer.
But you haven't said the other ones.
I said Sudden Impact and the
Yeah,
Deadpool.
you did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You said The Enforcer?
Yeah.
Did you say Magnum Force?
I did not.
Paul makes
Did I say Escape from Alcatraz?
no.
Nope.
Okay.
Where Eagles Dare?
Ah, fuck.
He comes back.
Tightrope.
Oh, great. The Gauntlet.
Why do you know everything?
We did this once. I think we named every single movie he's ever been.
Shit. Seen Space Cowboys?
Yeah.
Okay. Space Cowboys.
Did we say Bloodwork?
No.
No.
Oh.
This is crazy. Paul just spit his drink everywhere.
Fuck, I don't want to lose on there.
Oh, God damn it. I'm fucking soaked.
Trouble with the Curve.
Every which way but loose.
Fuck! Oh, any which way you can.
Yes. Those are the two I was thinking of.
Dude, I'm covered in fucking water. So I said Bloodwork. Absolute Power.
Yeah, you said it.
Oh, I said Absolute Power?
Mm-hmm.
A Perfect World. Kevin Costner.
Shit, man. I can't go out like a sucker.
You're gonna lose. Paul's listing movies like before
He's running out of steam and I fucking know it.
You're like Rocky. You're just taking a fucking ass whoop. Not giving up.
Oh, The Unforgiven.
Thunderbolt and Lightfoot.
Damn it.
The problem, you give him so much time to think, and he gives you nothing.
There's really not many left.
No, there's not. I think we're close to naming them all. J. Edgar.
So we're just naming stuff that he's directed still?
We said
Mystic
that.
River.
By the way, headline for Clint Eastwood search on Google. First headline: Clint Eastwood wears floppy camo hat on Atlanta movie set. Headline: There's some that you guys missed, and one of them, I don't know if anyone said this. Should we let Paul just rattle them off?
No, hell no.
You're still going?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm going to get it. Here's an episode of Rawhide.
Yes, Rowdy Yates. Bird.
The Birdman of Alcatraz?
No, Bird, about the jazz singer.
Who's in that?
He directed it.
No. All right, fuck you. I tap. What do we mean?
Did we do In the Line of Fire?
Yeah, I said that.
Okay.
Did you guys
Midnight in
Good,
the
Bad, and
Garden.
Ugly?
Yeah.
Midnight in the Garden
sure?
of Good and Evil.
Yeah.
He directed.
The first one's
American Sniper,
Tarantula.
Tarantula. I mean, dude, he's been in so many fucking movies. Revenge of the Creature, Alan in Movie Land, Francis in the Navy, Lady Godiva in the Coventry.
These are movies?
The 50 is like his
Yeah.
uncredited and like first role.
Yeah. Death Valley.
How many more could you have named?
Not meant, Joe. There's like 3.
The Witches. Hang 'em High, Coogan's Bluff.
Coogan's
Coogan's
fucking
Bluff.
Bluff.
So was Coogan's Bluff, dude.
A lot of these you named. Joe Kidd, did anyone say?
Yeah, Joe, I said Joe.
You
Kidd.
said it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you did.
High Plains
See,
Drifter.
what pissed me off is
said
I
that.
beat Paul the first time we did this. Because of Casper.
On
Because of
Casper.
fucking Casper.
Did you have to look it up after to prove it?
Of course.
Such an argument. I think we did
That's
Mel
why he was
Gibson
so
once.
mad when I said it.
We did Mel Gibson once too, and he was the hands that like nailed Jesus in the Passion of the Christ. All right.
Heartbreak Ridge.
Hamburger.
Hamburger Hill. Seeing that?
Seeing that? No.
True Crime.
He's in another H1. Hearts War.
Hearts War.
Fuck.
Bridges of Madison County.
Shit, what's the one with Kelly's Heroes?
Yep.
That's a good one.
Yep. Fuck.
Casper.
I'm mad about this one.
Loved his handwork.
Time for Johnny Depp. Go.
Could we count his role as Oprah Noodle Mantra?
Yeah.
Freddy's dead.
Full title.
Dude, what are we doing?
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 6. Freddy's dead.
Nightmare on Elm
Paul,
Street.
don't you have to be somewhere in the morning?
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Full title.
The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Pirates of the Did you say Caribbean? You're an asshole. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Man's Chest.
I can't think of the other subtitles. Edward Scissorhands.
Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
There's no one I just said.
No.
What's that?
Said on Stranger Tides.
What, do you know what the new one is?
Who gives a shit?
Well, I mean, it could come into play.
Yeah, whatever. Kid and Play.
Benny and June.
Ed Wood.
Fuck me.
Dude, there's gonna be 5,000.
The Tourist.
Finding Neverland.
Blow.
The Brave.
Chocolat.
Chocolat. Don Juan DeMarco.
Fuck, that was in my back pocket. Shit. Donnie Brasco.
Platoon.
Alice in Wonderland.
21 Jump Street.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I honestly, I thought Johnny Depp was in like 7 movies. I can't believe this is still happening right now.
Oh, fuck. Sweeney Todd. Jimmy Barber of Fleet Street.
Transcendence.
Has he been in a lot of movies?
Yeah, like every Tim Burton movie. How many more do you have? Like 5?
I have a good amount.
Yeah. Rattle them off.
Tusk. Yoga Hosers.
What is that?
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Oh yeah. I was thinking about that
He's
earlier.
not even in the new one.
I was thinking about that earlier. I forgot.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
There's some big ones we're missing.
Yeah,
Well-
huge ones.
So we should probably end this episode.
Want to play Peter Dinklage?
No. I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp to
It's 12:50.
Johnny Depp to
Johnny Depp to Clint Eastwood.
Johnny Depp to Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
How many steps?
Right. Before we go on, I'll just chime in for a second here. On the Joe and Paul show. Paul texted us yesterday and was like, I can't be out till fucking 1 a.m. bullshit anymore. And it is 12:15 and he is jumping into this fucking game like with no problem.
How many people from Hard Candy can you name?
2.
Peter Wilson and the girl that played
Juno.
Yeah, Juno. Ellen Page.
Yeah.
All right.
I think
Is
it's like a
his name
gambling
Patrick?
problem.
Isn't it Patrick Wilson?
Well, who did I say?
Peter?
Yeah,
Rotten Toe?
it's Patrick
Wilson?
All right. How many steps from Johnny Depp to Clint?
I think you have to start with What's Eating Gilbert Grape
Okay.
to get to Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's what I was
Leonardo
thinking,
DiCaprio to Samuel L. Jackson and Django Unchained. Samuel L. Jackson.
It's been in everything.
I know. That's why it's so hard. Who are we going to again?
Clint.
Oh. Because you go Eastwood and Unforgiven to Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
I'm also thinking
Morgan Freeman.
Freeman.
You guys are stupid.
No. You can go Clint to Morgan.
Morgan
Morgan to Jim Carrey. Right?
For Bruce Almighty.
For Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
And then you can go to Jim Carrey. Wait. Jim Carrey to Kate Winslet. in Eternal Sunshine.
Eternal Sunshine of the
And
Spotless
Kate
Mind.
Winslet to Leo, and then Leo to
Oh, okay.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
There's got to be an easier step.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know that. Like, John,
Like if they're in a movie together.
yeah, that's gonna think. They're both in Casper.
Wait, is he in a movie with Christina Ricci?
No, it's Devon Sawa, isn't it?
No. Wait, what? Christina Ricci's definitely in that movie.
In
Oh,
Casper?
you're thinking.
Oh my God.
Devon Sawa.
Black Snake Moan with Samuel Jackson. Christina Ricci.
well, there's probably an easy way
Clint
through
Eastwood, Casper.
fucking
Bill Pullman,
Lone Ranger.
Johnny Depp, and Army Hammer.
Wait, oh, that wasn't Clint Eastwood's kid.
No, but he is. Clint Eastwood's kid is in the Fast and Furious 6, so you can link him.
Oh wait,
Boy,
it's just his son.
Wait, what? Why would you use that?
It's his birth son. Well,
Johnny Depp in Secret Window to John Turturro.
Are you hearing this fucking idiot out here?
Robert De Niro to Pam Grier.
Jackie Brown?
Yeah, damn it. Tricky. Can you do Robert De Niro to Robert
all right, we need to.
They're not an alligator together, I'll tell you that much. Why are you spinning all over the floor?
Jackie Brown? Holy shit. That's funny.
All right.